Hello and welcome. You're with timesofIndia.com. I am Akash Dasgupta. In this video today, let's quickly talk about the latest sensation and the biggest talking point really of IPL 2023 currently. I'm talking about one Rinku Singh of Kolkata Knight Riders. Now, if you saw that match that KKR played against the defending champions Gujarat Titans on Sunday, which was the first match of the day, the afternoon game, you would have seen just how Rinku turned the match on its head with some absolutely phenomenal and breathtaking batting in the final over in particular. Now, KKR needed 29 runs to win of the last 6 balls. It was almost done and dusted really for most fans, and everyone thought that KKR had lost that game. Umesh Yadav took a single off the first delivery of the last over bowled by Yash Dayal, and that's when the Rinku show started. He smoked as many as 5 consecutive sixes. The equation had boiled down to, remember, 28 needed of 5, and he hit 5 sixes on the trot to take KKR across the finish line. Regardless to say, this is a knock that will be talked about for a very, very long time, because you don't really see knocks like these every day, and you are not going to see knocks like these every day going forward as well. It can very safely be called a miracle win. But the way Rinku managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat for the Kolkata Knight Riders was really, at least for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you out there as well, reminiscent of a knock that a certain Carlos Brathwaite played, if you remember, in the final of the 2016 T20 World Cup at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata when the West Indies were playing England. And Brathwaite hit Ben Stokes for 4 consecutive sixes in that match of the last over, and the Windies went on to win the match and the title with 2 balls to spare. So it was a lot like that knock that Brathwaite played, and if you think of that, of Rinku's knock in that context, it will show you how much this young man has grown in confidence over the years. Now, if you talk about Rinku Singh and his background, he comes from a humble background, hails from Aligarh in Uttar Pradesh. His father used to deliver LPG cylinders, and Rinku also happens to be one of the earliest products of the KKR Academy. And the Kolkata Knight Riders team really, that's the team that gave Rinku the wings to fly. He has said in interviews in the past that KKR is the team that really gave him everything, and he owes his domestic cricket success as well to KKR. If you talk about Rinku in domestic cricket, he of course plays for the Uttar Pradesh team. In his first class career so far, he's played 40 matches for UP and scored almost 3,000 runs. He has a high score of 163 not out. He averages 60 in first class cricket. He's got 700s and 19 50s. In List A, the average is 53, and in T20s, the average is 27 for Rinku. On Sunday, when KKR were playing Gujarat Titans, he happened to score what is so far his highest score overall in the IPL, which is 48 not out, and he scored that of just 21 balls thanks to 6 sixes and 1 4. Now, if you saw that match, when Rashid Khan, who was the stand-in captain for Gujarat Titans because Hardik Pandya wasn't well, when he took the hat-trick, which was the first hat-trick of the season, you would have thought that he sealed the deal, right? That the match is over. There is no way KKR can come back and win this one. Venkatesh Iyer had played a fantastic knock of 83 before this, and all KKR fans and anyone watching the match really would have felt really bad for Venkatesh and would have thought that that knock would have gone completely in vain. But Rinku Singh had other ideas. Yash Dayal, who bowled the last over, could he have bowled better? Definitely. Was he definitely under pressure and the pressure got to him? Yes, you could say that, because you saw how many full tosses he ended up bowling, and he just wasn't managing to find his lengths. You had to feel really, really sorry and bad for Yash, and the way he was completely heartbroken and sitting in the dugout with his head in his hands. You had to really feel for him, and he'll of course also learn from this experience. But right now it's all about Rinku, who has again become a huge star. He's been with the KKR camp for a long time. Like I mentioned, he has credited KKR for his success, his domestic success as well, and for changing his life really. He joined KKR in 2018, and as far as I can remember, in that season he played 4 matches. So far, the 2022 season, which was the last season, is the one he's played the maximum number of matches in, which was 7. He played 7 games in 2022, but in this season, I can say that he will most probably play all of KKR's matches. He's been playing from the beginning, and he is someone who has become sort of an integral part of the team, especially in the middle order, and especially after what he did in the match against Gujarat on Sunday. Rinku also is someone who is very well liked. He's a jovial character. He's a fun guy. He's a fun person to be around, and everyone seems to like Rinku. So that, of course, is also another big plus because when you get along with your teammates, that also is a huge shot in the arm for you. And when it's someone as young as Rinku who's finding his feet, it's something that really gives a young player a lot of confidence. His current contract with KKR is set to be around 55 lakh rupees, but his stock, of course, would have gone up after this knock. Next season, when salaries are renegotiated, we'll have to see what how much of a raise Rinku really gets. He's, of course, been one of the early products of the KKR Academy, like I mentioned earlier, and has worked very closely with assistant coach Abhishek Nair, who has been with KKR, of course, for a long time now. Abhishek also has been a former India player. Overall, if you look at Rinku's IPL numbers so far, he's played 20 matches, scored 349 runs, highest score of 48 not out, which is the one he scored on Sunday. He has 26 fours and 18 sixes so far in his IPL career. It's not a surprise really to see the entire cricketing fraternity praising Rinku and tweeting about him. The ICC's tweeted about him. Sachin Tendulkar has tweeted about him. Everyone really sat up and rubbed their eyes and wondered, what just happened. And that was everyone's reaction. No one expected him to hit 5 sixes in a row. But miracles do happen. That's what sport teaches us time and time again. Of course, everyone's talking about him, but I wanted to end this video with a quick quote of Rinku's himself, where he said, and he said this after the match, he said, and I quote, "My father struggled a lot. I come from a farmer's family. Every ball that I hit out of the ground was dedicated to the people who sacrificed so much for me." Unquote.